Federico Valverde with a clutch goal, man. Oh my God. Let's talk about it. What a golazo that was from Federico Valverde. If you guys did not see that, man, oh my God. When I thought La Liga was practically over, just when I thought everything was done for, here comes the guy that literally is the heart of this team. I think in my mind, and he's honestly my favorite player, has been my favorite player for a while now, and it is Federico Valverde, man. The power, the technique this man just has on his foot every time he shoots. It is just, I mean, throughout the game, we're going to talk about the whole game, but throughout the game, every time he took a shot, it was dangerous. It was a dangerous, I don't know why Madrid just doesn't use Fede Valverde's shot more often, because I would say 7, maybe even 8 times out of 10, that shot is a dangerous shot, a goal possibility shot. But let's talk about the whole game. Before I do that, man, drop a like, drop a sub if you guys are not subscribed. I am talking everything Madrid here. We are Madridistas, but football-wise, we talk everything fairly. If you guys are new here, first time watching me, I am very, very even throughout the board. If Madrid wins, play shitty, I'll call it out. If Barca wins, plays great, I call it out. It doesn't matter. We are very neutral here, objective. Just wanted to point that out. Nevertheless, let's get into the game, man. Let's just recap first, right? First, the lineup. Not a bad lineup. Not a bad lineup. Honestly, I've been asking for this lineup from Ancelotti for a while, where we have obviously the 4 defense, which we'll talk about. Camavinga on the left side, great choice. Then we have Rudiger, Asensio, and then on the right side, Federico Valverde, which kind of surprised me a little bit because Nico Williams wasn't going to be playing today. And of course, Fede on the right is just like, it's a lock. Like, you just know this guy's going to play good there. So I'm surprised that Ancelotti went this route and not putting Fede in the middle with Lucas Vazquez on the right. But maybe he listened to a lot of the criticism from everyone out there about Fede. Just, we need a stronger player on the right, because Lucas Vazquez, I mean, he's a great player, great Madridista, you know, for the team, but he just doesn't have what it takes. And most of the players he comes against, they just do him dirty. They do him dirty. So Fede on the right, honestly, a strong lineup for the defense. And then in the midfield, we had obviously Tchouaméni, we had Modric, and we had who was it? Ceballos. Great midfield. The only thing I would say in a better, perfect world would be to put Arda Güler instead of Modric. But obviously, Arda has not been playing routinely. He doesn't have he hasn't been playing. So of course, Modric is starting before Arda Güler. But in the future, like next season, I would hope to see Arda in that midfield instead of Modric. And the attack, man, this is the attack I've been asking for so long. Jude Bellingham, center attacking mid. No defending from Jude. Obviously, you know, tracking back, pressuring, it's different. But when he has to do the Modric role where he has to attack, he also has to defend, he gets burnt out. And I think the best Jude Bellingham that we have is the one that attacks, the one that's up there pressuring always, trying to find that pass, trying to help out Vinny and the other striker. In this case, it was Rodrigo. And I think we saw a decent game from Bellingham, not his best, because I feel like it just hasn't been the season for everyone. So I'm not even going to say it's all Jude. He's been bad, but it wasn't his best game, but he was trying. He had a lot. I like the game from Bellingham today, even though it wasn't like the best. And then we have Rodrigo and Vinny as the strikers. Pretty much the same formation we used last season, which again, I've been asking for this formation for so long. I feel like we should have used this formation against Arsenal instead of having the 3, Rodrigo, Bellingham, and Rodrigo, Mbappe, and Vinny up there. It's not the way to go. And honestly, next week or this week in the week, during the week, I hope to see the same formation with one change, and we'll talk about that a little later. All right, now I do want to go over a few things. I wrote them down because I know I can't remember them. Valverde, let's just start there, man. Valverde. What a freaking player we have on our hands, man. What a player. What a captain. I mean, he's obviously not the main captain, but he's one of our captains. And just this guy, the whole game was playing pretty good. Of course, he was playing right back, so we couldn't see much of him. But man, the moment this guy goes into that midfield, it is just night and day. I'm more so talking about the attack portion because of course defense. This guy's a rock. He's not scared of tackles. He jumps up and down, left, right, center. This guy on the defense, he's a solid rock. But when I'd say on the attacking, if we could get Valverde attacking just a little bit more tactics wise, you know, maybe attacking that right wing so much more, it's throwing some shots from at this point, we know it doesn't matter where he shoots. He could be on the left, he could be on the right, he could be in any weird angle. We saw some shots today from him, of course, from the middle, and they were dangerous. On the right side, on the right wing, he cut into his left foot and hit the ball so well. It was on the ground, low driven. It hit the outside of the post. It didn't go in, but it was a dangerous shot with his left foot. So it just tells you this guy's just comfortable shooting. We need to utilize that more, man. We need to utilize that more, especially when the defense is just so packed tight. That's what we need to do, man. And of course, the 90 plus minute goal. Oh my God, man. Oh my God. I couldn't believe it. I mean, I could believe it, but it was just like, oh my God, I couldn't believe that happened in that moment. And it was Valverde. It had to be Valverde. What a goal that was, man. What a goal and what a player. Definitely, I think he got man of the match, if I'm not confused here. He did get man of the match. Very well deserved as well. Now, the next player I want to talk about quickly is Camavinga on the left side, guys. Camavinga today, he hasn't had his best season, but Camavinga was insane today. I mean, the up and down, of course, he didn't have a solid like right winger that he was going up against. I mean, he had Jallo, which he's not a bad player. I guess today just wasn't Jallo's day, and Camavinga absolutely locked him. I mean, he got a lot of help from Ceballos, which is another reason why Ceballos is so necessary in this team, because Ceballos not only controls the pace of the game, passing and holding the ball, but he helps and drops back to help Camavinga in that position, man. So that is, I mean, Camavinga had such a good game. And I'm thinking to myself, obviously we have Fran Garcia. We have Mendy, who's injured half the season most of the time. And Fran Garcia is not he's good. He has energy, he has passion, but he's missing that flair, that I don't even know. I think you know what I mean. I don't have a word for it. But Camavinga gives me a little bit of Marcelo vibes, where of course he's not the fastest player in the world, but technical wise, he is great. He's good on the ball. He's good at drawing in fouls. He's strong. He goes up. He has skills. And I mean, Camavinga had a chance today where he shot, he got it on target, and he drew the ball from, I believe it was mid to the full, like in the box, and it gave me a little bit of like Marcelo vibes, just having that player on the left back. Obviously not the paciest, but he knows how to. If we could just train Camavinga a little bit more to play that left back role, what a player we have in our hands. And of course, it sucks just in the midfield, he's great, but I think right now we have so many midfielders, and we're bringing in even more. There's talks about coming next season with Xabi Alonso. There's talks about bringing Zubimendi. We have our midfield pretty stacked, right? But one thing we don't have, and I'm not seeing a lot of names pop up for next season on the left back, is the left back spot is just not. It's got some trouble. I mean, there's Miguel Gutierrez, who we can buy for like 8 million buyback, but I have not heard anything about any left back position. So let me know, what do you guys think about Camavinga being converted? Of course, he's a midfielder by trade, by heart, but Camavinga being converted a little bit to the left back spot, and with a trainer like Xabi Alonso who gives Camavinga tactics. Xabi loves using wing backs, so Camavinga, I think, is the perfect wing back to help in the midfield, to help attack. And with 3 center backs, I think that would be such a solid pick for next season. Have Camavinga play that left wing back role. That would be insane. And then, of course, next person we're going to talk about is Rodrigo. But before we do that, I mean, I kind of already talked about the formation, this is the formation I think we have to play in general, at least with Ancelotti. When Xabi Alonso comes in, things change. It's different. We're probably going to play 3 in the back, 5 in the midfield, or 4 in the midfield, 1 in the center attacking mid, and then 2 up front. I don't know how we're going to play with Xabi, but I think with Ancelotti, this has to be the place that we have to do, the formation, because having 3 attackers up there does not work. And if you include Jude in there, 4, forget about it. It's not going to work, guys. But the next player I wanted to talk about, right? Rodrigo. I don't know what's going on with Rodrigo, man. I mean, he didn't have the worst game today, right? Compared to other games, he wasn't the worst. But, I mean, he's just missing that like, final... I don't know, man. I don't know. He did do some pretty good dribbles today. And to his fairness, it was a pretty tight-locked Atletic Bilbao team. So that's... I guess I give him that, but... I think, you know what it is with Rodrigo? I think he's just missing the hunger 4 goals. I think he's playing his role more so the secondary, the backup, like the Robin Hood role in the formation, and he's just giving it all to Vinny. Vinny is the guy who's he's the goal scorer. He's the he's the one that changes the game up there. I think Rodrigo, he's got to be more selfish. He's got to try to shoot more. He has to remind himself, if he wants to play in the team Mbappe being there as well, he's going to have to step up and try to get those goals instead of just trying to just be that secondary striker and hopefully he gets in a position where he shoots and scores. No, he has to try to. I just need a little bit more hunger from Rodrigo. I don't know what it is. You guys might agree or disagree. Let me know in the comments. I definitely want to hear what you guys have to say, but I just feel like Rodrigo is just not. If we had Mbappe in this game and Vinny, I would have loved to see that. I don't know if it's gonna happen again. I don't know when middle of the week when we play. I think it's Getafe. If Ancelotti's gonna decide to do the same formation or he's gonna just throw the 3 up there. I really freaking hope he doesn't. But I really would have wished to see Mbappe and Vinny play together today, because those are 2 players that are hungry for goals. And in this formation, I think it works. But I just need to see a little bit more from Rodrigo, guys. We'll get into the ratings at the end of the video, so we're getting there sooner. I'm trying to speed this up because I don't want it to be like 15-20 minute video. Next up, I do want to talk about the subs, man. Ancelotti was clutch today with the subs. I think he subbed in Endrick in the 57th minute. Very needed, very necessary. Endrick didn't have the best game, but then again, it was a tight game. The balls weren't really coming to him. So, I mean, just having Endrick up there it's different because he draws defenders. He draws defenders, and there was one play where Vinny threw a pass outside of the foot into the box. Endrick pulled the defender, allowing Jude Bellingham to come in behind and hitting the ball freely, pretty much. Beautiful play, and that's what Endrick does for you, man. He's not the tallest, of course, but he brings and he drags defenders, and that's what we need, a solid, an actual striker to do that. So I think that was a solid change there. And of course, the sub, Arda Güler, a little late for me, but at least he went in the 78th minute, and Brahim as well. Lucas Vazquez, I understand that at the end, but I just wish maybe Arda Güler would have came in a little sooner for Modric, maybe like the 65th minute instead of 78, but at least he's doing something right. He's changing these players, and I think it's the pressure, honestly, because like they said, I think the players have to earn their spots. They can't just be starters because they're starters, you know what I mean? So I think that is good. Hopefully today Vinny had a great game. He wasn't the Vinny complaining. There was one few times here that he was complaining about a foul. He was complaining about this and that, but it wasn't the Vinny that just just riled up, fighting players. There was sometimes that he got fouls, and I like the Vinny that I saw today. I don't know about you guys, let me know, but I like the Vinny that I saw today. I think that's the Vinny that we need. He's trying, obviously not all the time his dribbles are work, but at least he's trying. He's trying to be that differential player, and I think he realized that he's the only one on the field other than Jude that can probably get that done today. So very good game from Vinny. And then the last but not least, guys, the Jude Bellingham today I saw. I already talked about it. I like the Jude. I just think he still needs to kind of get the form back. But the penalty on Jude, man, what the heck was that? Now, obviously, it's a soft penalty. I'm not going to come out here and say that should have been a pen. But the one thing that kind of takes me back is yesterday when Barcelona at the 90th minute had a similar situation where I think Ferran Torres was in the box. He got hit by the foot. The other defender hit Ferran Torres' foot, and it was a pen. Now, I am going to also agree that Ferran Torres also got hit harder, it seems. But nevertheless, he still got hit in the foot, and the player got nothing but Ferran Torres' foot. Same scenario here. Jude Bellingham is literally maybe 2 meters from the goal, and he hits the ball forward, and the other defender hits Jude Bellingham's foot, literally hits his foot. I don't understand, and it is a very serious time in the game. It could have been the game winner, man, and I just feel like it's kind of bullshit that it's not called, because if you're going to call, I need to see some consistency in this league, man. And of course, we know La Liga is absolutely shit. Refereeing is absolutely shit. Shit for Barca, shit for Madrid, shit for Atletico. It is absolute trash. I'm going to say that here. I'm not just going to say that Real Madrid is the only ones that get dogged by them, because it's every team. It's every team. Even the small teams complain about it as well. It's just, we need to just get new referees at this point, man. Put me in. I'll ref. Just, fly me out, man, at this point, because I could probably do a better job. I'm talking for real. But that was just absolutely just man, it didn't really sit well with me because if that's a pen on the other game, I mean, why not this game, you know? But let's get into the ratings, man. Before we do that, we are 4 behind Barcelona today. Could have been 6. But luckily, we got that freaking goal by Valverde, man. Again, Valverde, God praise you, man. God praise you because, whew, what a golazo that was. But only 4 behind Barca. If Barca can drop maybe 1 or get a tie, it's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough. But the games are coming for Barca. They're gonna be playing Champions League. They're gonna get tired. This is where I think Madrid is. If we can stay in the league, if we can just keep getting our points up, just keep that distance from Barcelona, they're gonna start playing these Champions League games, semifinals. The players are gonna get tired, and we know how Barca is when their players are tired. They don't play the same, but they haven't been playing the same these past few games. Losing against Dortmund, almost losing against who did they play? I forgot who they played, but almost losing against that team as well. I think we just gotta focus on us, not worry about them. When we face them, that's when we'll worry. But right now, just keep our games 3 points, 3 points, 3 points, and then eventually, I think this league is winnable. It's winnable because we have no more Champions League to focus on. It's nothing but this. So I think it's definitely winnable. But let's get into the ratings real quick, man. Courtois in goal today. He wasn't really needed. I'm gonna give him a 7. I mean, he had 1 or 2 saves. I believe it was actually 1 save. Camavinga, I loved Camavinga today. I'm gonna give him an 8 because Camavinga today was great, and I need to see this Camavinga more. I think in this season, he plays better on the left side. I think he just needs to adapt a little bit more. Rudiger, decent performance from Rudiger. I'll give him a 7. Asensio, not a bad performance. It wasn't bad. He did get 1 yellow card. It was kind of a rough tackle. He was late, but nevertheless, not bad. I'll give him a 7.5. Valverde, man of the match for me as well, and just the best player in the field, I think, with the man. I can't say it any less good things about Valverde. He's so good. Definitely for me, man of the match. Like I said, I'll give him a 9 today. Ceballos today, he was doing good, but at the end of the day, at the end of the game, he wasn't really needed because we were just all up in Athletic Club's attack or defense. So Ceballos wasn't too needed this one, but he was a good kid in the beginning to control the game. So I'm going to give him a 7. Tchouaméni, I love Tchouaméni today. Tchouaméni has been insane for us recently, man. 8 for me for Tchouaméni. Modric, not a bad game. I'll give him a solid 7.5. Vinny, absolute world-class performance. The Vinny that we love to see. I'm going to give him a solid 8.5. Jude Bellingham, not a bad game, just not his best game. He had a lot of chances. I liked that he had a lot of chances. That's the Jude Bellingham we need. I'll give him a 7.5. And then Rodrigo, a quiet game. He had a few dribbles here and there, but again, quiet game from Rodrigo. I think if we started the game with maybe Endrick, we probably would have had a different result, maybe more. But Rodrigo today gets a 6.5 from me. Let me know in the comments, what do you guys think? And man, we got the 3 points. Let's see what happens in the week against Getafe. I'll see you guys in the next one. And of course, always, a la Madrid.